Hi and welcome to my Flosstube. I'm the Danish stitcher. My name is Esther. Since my last video, I have now reached more than 700 subscribers. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Stitchy Mama as well as Christy from Christy's Corner and Kelly from Animal Stitches for mentioning me in their videos. And of course, I would also like to thank Stitchylonka, who usually mentions me in her videos. So I will talk more about her later. So, welcome. I hope this video is not going to be too long because my holiday is actually over. I should now be starting preparing for school. I still have this week at home. That means I have some meetings at my work on Thursday and Friday, but otherwise I can work here at home. But I decided I wanted to make this video. So, because I know when school starts, I will not have time to make any videos for quite some time, and then you would have to wait too long. And I promised that on the 1st of August, which is today, I would draw the winners of my giveaway. And I did that just before I sat down here. But more about that later. First, I would like to show you my whips. I have not been working on that many whips since my last time. I have worked on 7, I think. As usual, I will first show you the projects I worked the least on, and I will just show them here as photos. The first one I want to show you is my temperature trees. They look like this. As you can see, I'm up to date. When I sat and stitched the last one this morning, I still hadn't got the temperature from yesterday, which is why I haven't stitched that yet. Some of you have asked what those yellow crosses mean, and they mean that we had at least 25 degrees Celsius on that day, which here in Denmark is called as which here in Denmark means that we have what we call as summer day. You may also notice the HH at some of the houses. That stands for Hansestadt Hamburg, because I have just spent 5 days in Hamburg. And while I'm at it, those white crosses up there meant that we had snow, but since the white is made with just one strand, it means that we didn't get that much snow. If we had had more snow, I would have used 2, 3, or 4 strands to tell how much snow we got. So I'm still very pleased with this. I love it, and it's a very easy stitch. I brought this with me to Hamburg, and I had prepared it from home. That means I had put in all. I was in the middle of June. No, I had done the first 4 days of July, but then I had put in all the right colors here, so I didn't need to spend time finding the right colors, checking temperatures, stuff like that, because I had already done that. Which means that on my way in the car to Hamburg, I succeeded in stitching a little more than 800 stitches in this one. The next one is Supernatural by the Witchy Stitcher. This is stitched on 18 count silver lurex, hand dyed by me, and I put in 1771 stitches. And I forgot to say, with the temperature houses, I stitched 1044 stitches, and it's on 16 count Ada called Snow on Grey. Back to the Supernatural. As you can see, I am up to date with it. Until now, I've succeeded in finishing the creature the same day after it had been released. That was possible because I had holiday, which means that you should not expect me to repeat that often from now on, because now I start working again, which means I will be tired, and usually the pattern doesn't arrive here until 6-7 p.m. and very often on Fridays I cannot keep awake after 10-11 p.m. so it might take a little longer for me to stitch, but that's okay. Since most of the creatures are only just about 1,000-1,100 stitches, I know that I can stitch that in a week before the next creature comes. And I really intend to keep up to date with this, but maybe not necessarily being the first one completing a creature. But it has been fun trying. The third project, I have actually finished the crosses. Now I just need to do the back stitching. But if you know soda stitches, there's quite a lot of back stitching going on. This is Halloween and black cats, and I love it. I think it's so cute. But I know it's going to look even more cute as soon as I have done the back stitching. I brought this to Hamburg, and I did stitch on it in the hotel, but I did most of the stitching on it on the way home because we had traffic jams. I think usually it would take us perhaps 6, including breaks, it would take around 6 hours to go by car from Hamburg to here. We left Hamburg at 9 a.m. and we weren't home until 6:45. Of course, we did shop on the way, and that might just have taken 1.5 hours. So it was because of traffic jams. But anyway, this is on hand-dyed 16 count, I think. 14 or 16, I forgot to write that down. 14 or 16 count Ada, hand dyed by me. It's one of the first pieces I dyed. And I did 3,719 stitches on it. Since I last touched it. And I'm so pleased it's done, because it's one of those Halloween projects I started last year in Stitch Mania. And I'm trying to get rid of some of them. I still need the back stitching, but well, eventually I'm going to do that. When I'm in the mood for back stitching, I'm not always in the mood for that. The last project is also a new start. I have been working on, it's my own design. I've been working on it for quite a long time actually. I think I made the first draft several months ago. I call it Witcher quotes because, as you know, I like the Netflix TV series The Witcher, and I decided to make a pattern with a lot of quotes from a TV show. It's very big, and I couldn't get all the quotes in that I would like to have there, but I think it's going to look all right. I'll show a picture of it here. Bear in mind that now, while I'm stitching it, I notice there are some mistakes. For example, one word should be moved a little so it's more in the center and stuff like that. But I'll correct that, not while I'm stitching, but I'll write it down with what I have to correct in the pattern later on, so that I will have a correct pattern. It's not that I'm planning to sell it. Actually, I haven't decided whether I want to sell the pattern or not. And I will probably not decide that before I'm done with the stitching. But here it is. It looks like this. And I really like it. I think it's very funny to stitch on a project that only has letters in it. Nothing but letters, but a lot of different alphabets and a lot of different colors. And the colors are the same colors that I'm using for the Witcher portrait. And this is an 18 count white opalescent Ada. I think it's one of the few projects where it's one of the few newer projects where I actually stitch on white, because usually I stitch on my hand dyed fabric or other dyed fabric. It's very seldom that I stitch on white. But I think it's coming along quite nicely. So far I did 3,615 stitches on it. It has altogether 22,000 stitches. Well, that were my projects. We are now going to Curator's Corner. Hi, and welcome to Curator's Corner. This time I have some haul again. I don't have that much haul as I could have, but still. And then I'm going to talk about dyeing of fabric and floss. But first to my haul. I bought some more fabric. I just can't help it. Every time I buy something, usually at Casa Chinina, I just need to have some white fabric in case I need to dye some more fabric. But anyway, first I bought some more of 16 count Ada called Dirty, because that series up there with Leshy and Kikimora, if the Witchy Stitcher decides to make even more in that series, I want to make sure that I have the fabric so it will fit the other ones. I also got a small present from Casa Chinina, this greenish color Ada. It's also 16 count. Very beautiful blue-green color. And then for dyeing, I bought a half a meter of 18 count opalescent Ada. I couldn't get more, otherwise, yeah, I could, but then I would have to wait, and I'm not a very patient person, so I just said, okay, I'll just take what I can get now, and that's it. So it's only half a meter. But I got 1 meter of 20 count opalescent Ada. Actually, I do think they call it iridescent Ada. And then some Hadanga, and this is also 50 centimeters and it's 22 count, and that's also for dyeing. And I will come back to the dyeing later. Now I'm just going to show you the rest of my haul. As I said, I had just been in Hamburg. No, first shopping at Casa Chinina. I also bought 2 new scissors, because you can always use another pair of scissors, right? As I said, I've been to Hamburg, and there I bought these. I could have bought them here in Denmark, because we do have a Søstrene Grene here as well, because it's actually a Danish company. But I just saw it there and decided, well, we're driving by car, so I might as well just put them in, so I have them. I don't have any projects to put on them yet, and I think I'm going to use it for displaying several different projects from time to time. I haven't made any of my projects into flat folds yet, but I would like to dive a bit more into that and see what I can come up with, because I actually like this flat fold, and then I have an easel to put it on. While in Hamburg, I also bought these pins. This one says Ein Herz, eine Seele. It means one heart, one soul. And as I said, they were pins, but I'm going to turn them into needle minders. I also found 2 magnets, and they have been turned into needle minders because I just needed to put a magnet behind, and then I had a needle minder. Okay, now we go back to the dyeing, because if you follow me on Instagram, you will already know that I have also begun dyeing floss, silks to be more accurate, and therefore I have now gotten hold of these 2 hanks of uncolored silks. They are different sizes. I mean, there are 100 grams in each. And one is called NM22, and the other one is NM32. That means it's 2-stranded. I cannot get hold of 6-stranded silks. It seems impossible, and it's very annoying. Anyway, this means that the higher number, the thinner silks. That means the 30 is thinner than 20. I don't know when I'm going to dye these. First of all, I want to wind them into smaller hanks, not hanks. Yeah, you know, smaller ones, so I can dye them. Because this silks that I can get hold on is only 2-stranded, I have decided that I want to dye more skeins of each color combination, because so far I have dyed floss twice, and these are the first ones I tried dyeing, and they are very soft to touch, and they're quite light colors, most of them, and some neon colors as well. And oh yeah, and my floss cards were not supposed to be floss cards. I actually made them in order to, when people win a giveaway or I give them my fabric, or if I sell some of my fabric, I would like to write a little greeting here, like thank you or congratulations, whatever. And that was it. And then I decided, hey, they might do as floss drops as well. I never thought I would need for floss drops. So on the back side, there's my Instagram as well as my Flosstube. So these were the first ones. The second time I dyed floss was just before I went to Hamburg. And this time the colors were a bit darker, as you can see. And I really love especially this one, with turquoise and purple. Unfortunately, when I dye, I never write down what colors I use. I just, okay, I go for, yeah, I'm a moody dyer as well. So I just go for, well, I think I'm going to use this color now, or I'm going to use that color. But I would definitely like to dye some more of this one. I'm pretty sure which purple I used, but the blue one, I have 3 different blue. They are all dyed with acid dye. It's a bit different from the normal Rit dye or batik dye, but I like it. And I think I get very nice color combinations. The last skeins I tried to do this called speckles. It's another technique, and I think it succeeded quite alright for the first time. I mean, it's the first time I tried. And speaking of acid dyeing, I also tried to acid dye some fabric. I only dyed 4 pieces because first of all I wanted to see if it would work, and it did. First one is a piece of permillan 22 count, and it looks like this. Maybe I should put it on this one. Maybe you better see it. Like this. So very light green, light yellow, a little white. The next one is a 16 count Aida. 16 count Aida. Looks like this. Also very light colors. And these were just where I tried using the colors as I normally use colors when I'm dyeing. But then I also tried with the speckles, and I definitely have to try some more with that, to experiment, because I have to figure out how much dye to sprinkle on, and for how long should I keep it there before I rinse, etc., etc. So I'm going to have a fun time, but I think the result is okay. It's different from how I usually dye. You can see a lot of sprinkles in it, but I like it. And it's not that rosa colored in real life. Yeah, it's a mixture of light purple and rosa, I think you would say. The last one is my favorite. This is 18 count Aida opalescent. Look at those colors. I mean, if I were stitching mermaids, I would definitely stitch a mermaid on this one. But I don't. So I have to come up with a different kind of idea, a different kind of pattern. And right now I haven't got a clue what I'm going to stitch on it. But eventually I will find out. Just to go back to the floss for a little bit, I did try to stitch it up so I can see how they look. This is the first try. So this is the first time I tried. That means these colors. I have stitched it with 1 strand on 25 count. The second time I dyed, I tried to stitch with 2 strands, but it was too much. So you can see on the first one, this one is actually stitched with 2 strands. Let's see if we get a little closer. And you might notice this is 1 stitch off. That's Ilonka's fault. Yes, it's just Ilonka's fault, because while I was stitching these, I watched her by then latest video, and she was explaining something about a mixer and winding up yarn, and I cracked up, and therefore I miscounted. But I decided to leave it because I think it's quite funny. And then I'll always think of Ilonka when I see this. As I said, I had just been to Hamburg, and I met with Ilonka on more occasions. And the last time I met her was last Friday, because she had arranged a kind of a stitch meeting. She has started a group on Discord called Stickmykken. The logo looks like this. So it's a mosquito. Mykken means mosquito, with scissors and a needle and some cross-stitch hearts on the wings, and I find it absolutely cute. And we were about 8-9 people there. And while I'm talking now, I'm going to show you some photos from them. And as you probably have noticed, you cannot see the faces of people because I did not ask for permission to take photos of them and showing them here on my Flosstube. And I thought that if I didn't take any photos of their faces, then I wouldn't have to remember who would agree to have their photos shown here and who wouldn't. So I thought it was way easier just to take photos without people's face on them. It was a very nice experience. It was the first, I've been on Zoom chats where we've been stitching and talking at the same time, and that's very nice when you're not used to stitching in company of another stitcher. But that it was in real life was really great. And actually, as I said to one of them, I think it was Liz, this is kind of like watching a Flosstube, because all around us we could hear people talking about counts or needles or floss or designers or fabric, whatever. Everything they talked about was something that had to do with stitching. And it was a very, very long Flosstube, and we didn't have to put the needle down in order to change the channel, because the Flosstube video was over, because it just kept going on and on and on. So we were in this self-service cafeteria. At the back of it, we had a very big table, and no waiter came to bother us, because when we got hungry, we just went and bought something to eat or drink. It started on Friday at 2 p.m. and I think we started packing around 7:30. So that was a very great experience, and I hereby would like to thank Ilonka a lot for all the work she put into this. This was fabulous, Ilonka. So thank you very much for spending your time arranging something like this. I really appreciate it. I also met some people that I've so far only known from Discord or from Instagram, and that was very nice meeting you too. Actually, I'm now considering whether I should participate in my first real stitching retreat, because there might be a stitching retreat in Switzerland next year called Stitch Basel. I haven't seen the videos where they explain about it yet, but I did sign up to show that I was interested. I haven't registered or anything. I just signed up that I might be interested in joining. I think that could be so fun. One last thing before I go. The giveaway winners. I had these fabrics to give away. Better take them in the... Okay. Never before did I have that many comments. The winners. I did the drawing just before I started this video. Actually, before I started the German video, which I always record first. And by the way, before I tell you who wins, in my German video this time, I will also have a giveaway with some of my hand-dyed fabrics. I'll have these 3 to give away. You can check it out. I'm sorry, I still haven't figured out how to do timestamps, but I will, if I remember, write it in the description box when I'm done editing the German video. I will write to my English viewers and then the times then where the giveaway starts. Okay, so you are more than welcome to participate there if you want to. Even though you don't understand German, you will see the words you have to write, and I present the fabrics. So, and that's also words from Diablo, but different words than the ones I used here. So now get started, yeah? The first fabric is this one. It's a 32 count even weave, and if you would like to win this one, you should write the word whirlstone. And 17 people used the word whirlstone. And the winner was Cora S. Congratulations, Cora. I will comment on your comment and ask you to watch the video as soon as possible. And then please write me an email or a DM me on Instagram. Okay. And that, of course, goes for the rest of the winners as well. The next one, there you should write Frozen Tundra if you wanted to win this 14 count Ada. Again, 17 people participated. And this is not going very far, because I think it's going to Denmark, because the winner is Misse Jensen. Tillykke, Misse. Congratulations. Again, I'll comment on your comment and please contact me. Then we have the word Horadrim, where you could win this yellow opalescent 32 count even weave. And you should use the word Horadrim, and 13 people did that. And my good friend Kelly from Animal Stitches actually won this. So congratulations, Kelly. You don't have to give me your address because I already have it. Then we have Necromancer. You could win this silver Lurix, 18 counts. No, it's not opalescent, it's silver Lurix. And in order to win this, you should use the word Necromancer, and 17 people did that, and the winner lives in Germany. And the winner is Stitchy Mama. Congratulations. I will comment on your comment, and then you contact me. The last one, I'm going to take this out because this is a small one, was this linen piece. As I said, I don't know if it's 32 or 38 count. I have no idea. If you wanted to win this, you should use the word Daidesa. And 16 of you did that. And the winner, I think, is also German and is called Funkentanz. So congratulations. I will comment on your comment and then you please contact me. So congratulations to the winners. And as I said before, you are more than welcome to participate in my giveaway in my German video. And I will write down where the giveaway starts in the notes when I'm done editing the German one. When I met Ilonka on Monday, we exchanged gifts. Not that we had agreed on that, but I had brought her some gifts and she had also brought me some gifts. First of all, she had made this for me. It's to put my cell phone on, which will probably be nice to know from those people when I join Zoom calls, because usually my telephone lies like this because I need my tablet for pattern keeper because I'm stitching while I'm talking. And then she had made me this fantastic project bag. I have shown it on Instagram already because I love it. This is my first vinyl project bag, and also it's the first time someone made a bag for me. I love it. The back side is this beautiful rose, and As if that was not enough, inside she also made this pouch for the floss. And as you can see, they match. I love it. And immediately I moved my project with the black cats into it. And I'm already now considering which project I'm going to move into it as soon as I'm done with the back stitching on this one. So once again, Ilonka, thank you so very much. I love this bag. And while we were at the, not retreat, but the meeting, she had also sewn a little odd bag for all of us. And as you can see, I'm already using it. Yeah. I guess that's it for now. So take care. See you next time. Bye.